Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I haven't filmed in a while. I had some crazy things going on with my family and I had brain surgery. If you don't know, I had brain surgery in December around last Christmas time. But anyway, I had somebody ask me, and a lot of people ask me on the streets, like even in the winter and fall times, how I stay so dark and if I tan. And the truth is, I don't tan during those winter and cooler months. I do start tanning in the spring when it gets closer to summer, but I haven't really tanned lately. You can see that I'm still kind of olive complexion. I still have that, and I still have the undertones. The truth is, I've only tanned twice, and it's now May 2nd, or 2nd, yeah, it's May 2nd. Get with it, Cheyenne. But it's May 2nd, and I've only tanned twice so far for this season. But I had a lot of people ask me how I stay so dark during the cooler months and everything, and the truth is, I stay darker because I have Cherokee Indian skin. I have more of that darker, deep complexion skin. And a funny story, I'm going to insert this here, but funny story, when I first met my husband, when we started dating about almost 10 years ago, when I first met his grandmother asked him in private if I washed my elbows. And I thought that was really funny. And I was like, why would she say that? And he said, because your elbows are really dark and they look dirty. And I'm like, dirty? No, I'm just tan. So that was been a joke around our family for a while. That's been a thing that's went on, especially during the summer months. My husband will tease me and say, honey, you need to wash your elbows, which it means I'm getting darker. But I'll show you guys. I don't know. It's really, you can't really see it right now, but you can kind of see my elbows stay really dark, and you can imagine during the summer months when I get really dark, how dark they really are. So that's always been kind of a joke that we have in our family. But I have a few products for you guys today that it just is my routine and the things that I use and that I'm currently using just because I started the new season. We have a trip coming up, and I don't want to be too pale before we go to that because we're going to be on the beach, and it's not going to really look too, I guess, sexy, I guess, or anything if I'm really pale. Plus, you want kind of a base tan before you go somewhere like the beach or on some kind of a trip where you're going to be out in the sun all the time, because it kind of prevents your skin from having too much sunlight and wind up blistering, especially if you're fair skinned. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and some of the things that I use, and I hope you guys will benefit from me telling you this. If you like it, let me know. If you try any of these, let me know. The first thing and the first foremost thing is protection. This is just a pair that I grabbed, but I have several of these, and these are missing because these I use in a lay down bed. The other ones obviously have the strings on them because I do stand up in tan and the higher level beds, but these I really cannot stress enough. When you tan, please use eye protection of some sort. They have these. They have a bunch of different colors. They have a bunch of different brands, different things like that. They have a bunch of different UV protection. These are just the cheap ones when I use the cheaper lay down beds, usually level 1 or level 2. Most usual ones will go up to a level 5 bed. But this is something, the cheaper ones with not so much of the dark retina and eye protection, these are what I use in those. And the reason I say to use something like this when you lay down is your eyes are not meant to look directly into the UV rays. You got to think when you tan, the same amount of light that you're exposing your body to while you're in the tanning bed is no different than the light and the UV rays that you are exposing your body to when you're outside in the sun. Actually, it's a little worse because you're so close. I've had horror stories years ago when I worked in a tanning salon in my teenage years, how people would actually lose their vision, and they've actually had to go to the doctor, and their eyes have actually burned, and people have gone blind because you haven't used this. Please use some sort of eye protection. They have these, and then they also have these little sticky things. I don't have any, but they're like little throwaway stickers that you can actually put onto your eyes for like just a one-time use. But that's the first thing that is very important. The second thing when you tan is, especially if you have your nails done like I do, especially if you have a French manicure or white tips or something like that, your nails will tend to turn almost like a yellowy color, almost if you would smoke. But I have these little guys right here. You can get them on Amazon. I think I paid $4 or $5 for them. But they're actually little tips. They're plastic little tips, and they just slide right over your finger, and they don't come off, so you can, you know, whatever, but you just slide them on and actually protect your nails from turning different colors and having that nasty. But you can get a set of 10 on Amazon, like I said, for like $4 or $5. This is the only color that I found. I'm sure there's more out there, but this is the color that I picked. Obviously, I'm a girl, I like pink, so that's what I bought. The third most important thing that you do is you never want to go into a tanning bed without some sort of lotion, bronzer, something on your skin. You do not want to tan on dry, flaky, non-nourished skin. And the reason that I say that is because when you go and tan and you're going into a tanning booth and you're just taking your clothes off and you're hopping right up on in that bed and you're laying there and you have dry or untreated skin, when you go into a tanning bed, what's happening is the UV rays and the bronzing rays that are from the tanning bed are actually baking that skin that's already dead and not moisturized and that not healthy skin, and that's actually going to brown and tan that skin, and it's just going to come right off, and it's not going to feel good, and it's going to hurt, and it's still going to leave you without any tan. So I have a couple products here. I'll show you guys what I use. The first thing that I do also, I will say, when you're tanning about once a week, you want to exfoliate your skin. You don't want to continue to put lotion on top of lotion on top of lotion on top of dead skin and bronzing rays and stuff like that. So I just picked this up at the drugstore. It's called Jergens Natural Glow Color Primer. It says resurfaces and primes to prepare for streak-free color and shower scrub. So this is what it looks like. I'll show you guys. But it's just a little bottle, and it smells so good. But it's got these little pearls in it that get your skin ready to tan. This actually can be used for a lot of you who like to self-tan. This actually is good for indoor tanning, and it's also good for if you use those sunless tanning lotions. But I do that about once a week. You don't want to do that every day because you're just pulling and ripping off skin and new skin that's trying to form. You do not want to do that but once a week. It's good to do it anyway for your body. But one of the products that I'm using right now is by Ed Hardy. It's called Obnoxious. It's extreme bronzing with Tingle formula, and it's infused with mangosteen. And it's a 10-ounce bottle. I picked it up on Amazon. Sorry, it's a little dirty, but I picked this up on Amazon. I absolutely love it. It smells amazing. It smells good. It smells like a coconut-y type thing. It's really good. I've used this a lot. This is actually almost empty. But I like it because it's got the Tingle formula in it. And I notice when I put it on, then drive to the gym to tan or the tanning salon or whatever, because I do have a gym that has a tanning bed in it. But when I put this on before I go tan, I notice my skin will start turning red and it'll start tingling and it'll start getting really intense, so that when I do get into bed, my skin's already working it up to, absorb all those bronzing rays and stuff like that to get your skin really nice and bronzed. The other product that I've been using, it's by Snooki. It's the Ultra Chic Black Bronzer. It's Radiant Dark Bronzing Radiant Dark Bronzing Couture Luxury Style and Radiance, and it's super tan, and it's 12 fluid ounces. And I bought this one as well on Amazon. I think the Ed Hardy one was like 10 to 12 bucks, and this one was probably 15 to 20. I have used throwing stuff over here. I have used other tanning lotions that have ranged all the way up to $100 for like a 10-ounce bottle, which is insane. I used to do that before I had kids, so now all my money goes to my kids, but I did use those things before, and honestly, I can't tell the difference between the $100 tanners and the $20 tanners. I really cannot tell a difference. It's all in the product that you use. But when you do look for a tanning lotion and you look for something that's wanting to get your skin nice and tan, nice and bronzed, you want to look for something that has a tanner or a bronzer already in it. that's what you want to look for. If you're not used to tanning and you're not used to having different things on your skin and things like that, I would not recommend right off the bat finding something like this. I would not recommend finding something like this that's got the tingle formula in it. I would not recommend that. That will, if you're not used to it, please do not start off with a tingle formula in with your tanning lotion. You will be really irritated. Learn to talk, Cheyenne. Your skin will be really irritated. Here I go again. You will be really irritated. Then you will go to get in the tanning bed, and with your skin already hot and tingling and all that stuff, you'll go get in the tanning bed. By the time you get out, you'll be extremely uncomfortable. You'll be hurting, and you'll say, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to tan anymore. Please do not start off with something with a tingle in it. I cannot stress that enough. The last thing that I do when I get home is you want to find a lotion like this, and this is actually a new one. I've actually used it quite a bit. I'm shaking it up to show you guys. But it's the Hemp's Pure Herbal Extracts, Creamy Papaya and Shea, Herbal Body Moisturizer, Toned and Nourished, enriched with 100% pure natural hemp seed oil and cucumber. And this is what I put on after I tan every single day. It doesn't matter what day I tan, how long I tan. It does not matter. I will always put that on after I take a shower. And then the next thing is, after I do that, I always take this MD Measurable Difference Vitamin E Oil Instant Face and Body Moisturizer. I will put this on my face after I get out of the shower at night, just to re-nourish my face, because your face, your body, with every part of skin that's on your body, your face has the most sensitive and the most thin, especially right here under your eyes. It's the thinnest piece of skin on your body. So my recommendations, if you're wanting to start tanning, is do your research. Always, always, always do your research. Find what works best. Find what works best for you. Go to a salon that's well reputable and someone who will speak to you and tell you about each and every single tanning bed that they have there. Call them up, ask them to make an appointment, or some of them you'll just show up. Tour the tanning salon if you're not, very comfortable. Have somebody that works at the salon that's comfortable enough to tell you, what they offer, what they have, different things, educate you. If you go into a salon and they do not want to do that, or they are acting very fishy, or they act like they don't want to take their time to explain things to you, you need to leave that salon immediately. I cannot stress that enough. You need to leave. If you go into a salon and they do not want to educate you and they do not want to show you their beds and what they offer and educate you on tanning, then you need to leave that salon and find another salon. That's why I say find one in your area that's very reputable. Look online. Google always has very, very, very good reviews. If you have any question when you go in there and something doesn't set right with you, obviously that's not the salon for you. Listen to your instincts, listen to your gut. Do not go into a tan salon and tan with them, and do not spend your money there if you feel uncomfortable. Do not do that. It's a waste of your money. You will not enjoy the tanning experience. You will not enjoy it. The other thing is always use eye protection. Do not get into a tanning bed without eye protection. That is for your safety, and that is for your eyes and, just being all around safe. The next thing is also after you tan, I would wait at least an hour after you tan before you get into the shower to wash off, or to wash your tanning lotions off, things like that. You want it to sit and you want it to continue baking, because even after you get out of the tanning bed, your body still continues to absorb those rays really deep into the skin, and you don't really want to just tan and wash off your tanning lotion. It's not going to help you. So I usually wait about an hour, then I get in the shower and wash it off, and then I use my hemp lotion that I showed you, and then I always go back in and use vitamin E oil for my face. The very last thing is be comfortable, be self-confident. Also realize that when you go into tan, you are not going to tan one time and walk out being this dark. There's no way that's going to happen. If you expect that to happen, you are sadly mistaken, and you need to do your research on tanning. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm giving you some realistic tips that are going to help you. If you think that you're going to walk into a tanning salon and jump into a bed, a level 5 bed like I do, and get in there for 9 minutes, you are sadly mistaken. That is not going to happen. You need to start off with the lowest level of tanning that you can, and like a level 1 bed, and you need to only stay in there for about 4 to 5 minutes. Even if you're darker or olive skin complected, that is the best way to do. Even if you're darker toned and you jump into a bed for 10 or 15 minutes in a tanning bed and you've never tanned and you haven't tanned, say, in 6 months, you are gonna come out every single time burned and miserable, and you're not gonna want to continue to tan. The next thing is take your time. Tanning is like anything else. It takes time, it takes practice, and you're not going to achieve the darkest skin tone that you want to achieve right off the bat. I didn't, and I was already dark skin tone. I had to learn as I go, but you're not going to get this dark. Like I said, you're not going to get as dark even as I am right now, and I've only tanned twice. You're not going to get as dark as I am after one time tanning. Like I said, that's really important to find a tanning salon who will work with you and help work your way up so that you can get to your desired color that you want to look. Also, another thing I can tell you is do not over tan. If you over tan, that's another situation. You're going to continuously be miserable. You're not going to see any results. You're not going to be comfortable. You're going to constantly be miserable, and you're going to feel let down, and you're going to get discouraged, and you're not going to want to continue. The last tip that I can say is be happy with yourself. If you're not happy with yourself and you're not happy with your results, you need to do research and switch those things up and be comfortable with yourself. You have to be happy with yourself inside in order to make your outside appearance match what's really inside. Those are the only tips that I have for you guys today. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.